So, I think the theme of this past week may have had something to do with discipline. What exactly is discipline? And what makes me bring it up? Well, this was a rough week for Charlie. Had some health stuff come up, along with a few just very stressful days at the day job. Really wanted to call out, really wanted to just give up on having a good day, and just not even wanting to post to YouTube, stuff like that. Struggling, frankly, to even make this video. So, what exactly is discipline? Discipline is defined by Merriam-Webster Dictionary as control gained by enforcing obedience or order, or simply just self-control. I think this applies to all of the arts, certainly, but comic making definitely requires a lot of self-control. It's long, it's tedious, it very rarely pays off or really pays anything at all, and it requires a lot of skills that just take a long time and a lot of effort to learn, etc. But I'm gonna define discipline as doing the hard thing even when you really don't want to. And I know that can sound a little concerning when it comes to preventing burnout, because that burnout is a serious concern, certainly. So how do we kind of balance discipline versus burning out, right? Forcing yourself to work hard, play hard, do everything, and not burn out. And I kind of find, at least for myself, this can be done by doing the max, the absolute maximum you can when you're feeling good, you're feeling strong and healthy, you're in the mood to work. Try to really maximize, yeah, on that energy when you can. And then when you're low energy, you're sick, you're having a bad day at work, whatever it is, you're allowed to do the bare minimum when you really don't feel like it, when you're tired, when those things come up. But you do have to have a bare minimum kind of established. So my compromise this week when doing the bare minimum was just saying, hey, just survive, skip posting shorts this week, but your bare minimum is going to be one long form video that is non-negotiable. We have a streak going. You can't quit now, basically. So that was my act of discipline, was okay, you can shirk these responsibilities, but you have to have some non-negotiables. I cannot talk today. Yeah. So, we're kind of back to my favorite saying, something is better than nothing, right? You are putting in some work, but maybe not you're 100%. Maybe you're at 60 or even 50%. And I have a new saying, was hyping up my other friend who is another creative, and I was reminded that slow is still progress. So I would advise, have a bare minimum contribution that must be made in whatever time frame. For me, I kind of plan in weeks, especially with this YouTube stuff. It's a weekly thing. So okay, have established a bare minimum contribution, and just remember that, again, slow is still progress. right? You're gonna have some slow weeks. You're gonna have some really fast weeks. It's all gonna pan out and even out in the end. And also celebrate the small victories. I'm very proud of myself for accomplishing some pretty small, silly things. Like just getting through the work week at my day job this week without calling out. Even though I really, really wanted to. I girl bossed and I had my little cry and I just got back to it. That sounds so sad, but honestly, like, I guess I was just proud of myself not really letting my emotions get in the way of, like, my better judgment. Like, no, you need to show up. Like, you should show up. Other people rely on you, that kind of thing. And even just something as silly as, like, washing my makeup off every night. Like, when you're kind of bordering on burning out and you're like really exhausted, those little victories do matter and you absolutely should count them. But yeah, progress really only happens when you show up, and when you show up consistently. I think that's really important. But yeah, you have to show up for your goals, you have to show up for yourself. Obviously, health is the most important thing in your life. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. So, get your priorities straight, friends. Prioritize your health, your relationships with friends and family, the people in your life, so put those things, put your sanity as well. That's a part of your health, I would say. Mental health is part of health as a whole. But yeah, get your priorities straight, and of course, put those things first. Like, that matters more than anything. But if you want to be successful in your career, or in your hobbies, or whatever other goals you have in your life, you do have to have the discipline to show up and at least give the bare minimum even when it sucks. Like, even when it is really hard to do that, So I'm sure whoever is watching this can relate, if not with their art, at least with their life. But I think you can relate with your art. And like I said, comics are very time consuming and frankly can be pretty grueling when it's repetitive. It can be tedious, it can be frustrating when you are maybe struggling with a pose, or you don't know how to like make a composition in a panel, or you're just sick of coloring, you're sick of lettering, or whatever it is. There are times that are going to be a lot harder than others. So, again, just take care of yourself and do what you can. Just show up and make whatever progress you can. Because you really only fail if you, like, completely just give up and, like, never come back to it, right? So, those are my thoughts this week. I think that's kind of all I have to say. So, enjoy this speed draw. And I hope you had a better week than I did. Honestly. So, yeah.